Hey, what's up guys, my name is Erdre and welcome back to another video. In this video guys, I'm going to be showing you the best legit cheats for CSGO. So all of these cheats are free and I'm going to be ranking them in this video. Now before starting, make sure to like and subscribe if you guys enjoy, and let's get started. So if you want to get any of these cheats, you can find them on my website, link is in the description. And also you can find some injectors and configs. Now what I'm going to be doing in this video is try to give a score for all the cheats. And what I'm going to be doing is give a score for the legit section, for the misc section, visuals, menu, performance, and the skin changer. And then I'm going to be doing an average of those and do a final ranking. So the first cheat is Sensum, and this cheat is pretty interesting. And I've used this cheat in the past, like I think in 2018 I tried this cheat, and 2018 was the year where I basically kind of started to cheat a bit more and get interested. So let's start off with the legit section. I already have a config loaded up. And for this section, I would give a 7 out of 10. To be honest with you, I don't really like it. A lot of things could be improved. Now, one of the most confusing sections is the silent section. You have a smooth section, which I actually never saw on a silent aimbot tab. And using this FOV slider doesn't actually change the FOV. You need to use this one instead. And sometimes the silent mode doesn't actually work. The aimbot is quite snappy even if you use a very high smooth. The backtrack, even if you toggle this on, it didn't actually work for me at least. The trigger bot is horrible as well. The RCS or recoil control system, this option is quite interesting. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. You also have an auto wall tab if you want to make a semi-reg config. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So the next section is the misc section. And for me, what a misc section is just a lot of features that will improve your gameplay. So for example, here you have radar hack, a left-hand knife, overwatch revealer, fast stop, which basically will automatically stop when you move. For example, if we turn this off, it will continue moving. So instead of you counter strafing, it will automatically do that for you. And I think that's pretty cool. You also have desync, which is legit anti-aim. And I would give this a 9.5 because I think it's pretty cool. Like, it's pretty complete. Now, one more thing that I really like is in the config section, you can put a hotkey for each config. And I think this is a pretty unique feature. Now, I'm pretty sure it exists on plenty of other cheats. Never lose. For example, if you right click on a config, I'm pretty sure you can put a keybind, but I think it's pretty cool. So the next one is the menu. The menu, I gave it a 9. Now it's pretty clean. We have everything we need. If we could also change the accent color, it would be pretty cool. We can also use the light menu version, which I wouldn't actually use, but the menu is pretty alright. So the next section is the performance section, and I would give this a 6 out of 10. Now, honestly, this cheat doesn't perform that well. That's why it has only a 6 out of 10. It's okay, but sometimes you have some frame drops and it could be fixed. But it's a free open source cheat, so what do you expect? It's okay, but honestly, the performance could be improved. The next one is the visuals, and the visuals, they're very basic. As you can see, we only have glow. The flat champs don't even work for some reason. So if we put flats, as you can see, it doesn't actually do anything. Wireframe does work. We can also put some backtrack champs, as you can see, and it doesn't actually work. Now, one more thing is if you have glow enabled and you have two different settings for when he's visible or when he's not, you're going to see that it's quite weird because sometimes it toggles on and off. Even though he's visible, you're going to see sometimes the not visible glow. If you use the cheat, you're going to understand what I mean. The health bar is kind of weird. It could be improved. And yeah, I would give this a 6 out of 10. And the final tab is the skin changer, which is the worst tab out of all of these. And it's horrible. Talon knife lower. Like, I didn't even choose this. The gloves don't work. The skins are broken. You need to restart your game if you want to get a skin for your knife, and it's not actually going to work. For the skins, sometimes it doesn't even refresh it. So I would give this a 4 out of 10. And the final score is 6.91. So what do I think about this cheat? You can give it a go. Like, for example, right now the FPS is at around 100 and it keeps dropping because of the visual. And yeah, that's why I don't really like this cheat. But maybe in the future I will make a video with it. So let's move on to the next one. And the next cheat we have on our list is PPHUD. Yes, this is also a legit cheat, even though it has a rage section which doesn't actually work. It is also a legit cheat and we're going to be rating it. So let's start off with the legit section. The legit section is pretty simple and clean. It's not the best one, but it's pretty okay. Now it could be improved, of course, but for a free cheat, it's pretty decent. And I would give this an 8 out of 10. So let's move on to the next section, and the next section is the visuals tab, and I absolutely love the visuals. I think they're pretty clean and simple. I like the fonts, I like the ESP, I like the champs, the glow. Everything is how it should be. So I would give this a 9.5 out of 10. Now let's move on to the MISC section, and I would give this a 9 out of 10. It's pretty clean. We have all the basic features we have, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And the next section is the performance section. I would give this a 8.5 out of 10. The FPS is pretty stable. It crashed one time out of all the times I injected the cheat, so it's okay. It could be improved a bit, like the FPS to be a bit higher, like every cheat needs a bit of optimization, but it's alright for a legit free cheat. And the final section is the skin changers tab, which I would only give an 8 out of 10. It's pretty basic, it's okay, like it works compared to Sensum. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So the final score for PPHUD would be an 8.5 out of 10. And the final cheat that I'm going to be reviewing is Osiris. So Osiris, I think all of you guys know about this cheat, or most of you guys, and I've been using this cheat for quite some time. So I think for more than 2 years, something like this, 2 or 3 years, and I enjoyed this cheat a lot. So I remember that there were so many features that were missing, and now there are plenty of features. So let's start off with the legit bot. So the legit bot could be a bit confusing at first, but if you can configure it, it is pretty good. Why is that? It's very humanized, and I had some clips on my previous channel with Osiris, a lot of clips, and it looked very legit playing with this config. So I would give the legit bot a 9.5 out of 10. Okay, so let's move on. So the next one is the MISC section, and I think it's pretty complete. We have a lot of features, and now one of the features I don't really like about this cheat is the anti-aim, if we say that it's in the MISC section, because basically you cannot visualize this if you're in third person. And if you put your pitch, for example, like this, you're going to be watching the sky. But if you put yourself in third person, you cannot see that. And if you play around with this without knowing, then in Overwatch, the guy will just see that you're watching the sky. So this could be improved. But overall, the MISC section is pretty complete. So I will give this a 9 out of 10. So the next section is the visuals. I think the visuals could be improved, but they added a lot of champs. Compared to like 2 years before, we had some of these, but they just looked weird. Now one thing that is pretty confusing about this, and this is only why I gave it an 8 out of 10, is you need to go into another tab and then ignore Z if you want to put a custom color for when the player model is under a wall. And yeah, it could be pretty confusing if you don't understand this. Now I know how to configure this, but the ESP could be improved as well. You can use some custom fonts, but I don't know what's the font that onetap uses or Skeet uses that I could actually use for this cheat. And you can also change the size of the font, and I think that's pretty cool, but there are some things that could be improved, such as the box. I cannot show you the visuals and other features because if I try to join a game, it's going to crash because of the update. Now it's going to get updated pretty fast because this cheat is updated quite frequently. But yeah, I think it's okay. So yeah, as I told you, only 8 out of 10. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the menu. The menu could be improved. It's only IMGUI, and honestly, they could add different themes. I don't know. The guy that develops this cheat add a custom menu. You can change the colors, of course, but I'm not a big fan of the menu. Now, if we talk about the layout, how it's structured, it's configured pretty well. So for the menu, I would only give a 6 out of 10. The next section is the performance. The performance is insane on this cheat, and this is why I gave this a 10 out of 10, because I never had frame drops, I never had lags, I never had moments where my cheat would just crash within a game, only because I got an update right now, but it's going to be fixed pretty soon. And the final section is the skin changer section, which is a section that I didn't really like until they actually added an inventory changer, and this actually completely changed my opinion on this, and I think this is a 10 out of 10. You can also put medals, cases, keys, so you can go ahead and open up cases. No, of course you wouldn't get the item, but I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, for example, I don't know, I want to add an op. For example, I'm searching for op, and you can see all the op skins right here, and you can also see a preview of the skin, and I think that's pretty clean. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The total score for Osiris is 8.7, so this score is the highest. The second best is PPHUD, and the last one is Sensum. Hope you guys enjoyed. As I told you, if you want to get the configs, the cheats, the injectors that I use, you can find them on my website. Link is in the description. But guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Goodbye.